Some skeptics, Jehovah's Witnesses, and others will often say that the Bible never actually says that Jesus is God. Now, this is of course demonstrably false, and many verses can be appealed to. One of the most common tactics for Christians is to go with one of the 8 or so verses that appear to explicitly call Jesus God. One example is 2 Peter 1:1, which calls Jesus our God and Savior. But those who reject Jesus' divinity have plenty of evasive maneuvers and escape tactics in order to avoid the implication of these verses. In the case of 2 Peter 1:1, they will argue that in actuality, the verse is making a distinction between 2 figures, God and the Savior Jesus Christ. The New World Translation, which is the translation used by Jehovah's Witnesses, does this. But this attempt ultimately falls flat. First of all, even if Jesus is only called Savior here, that still presents a problem, because Isaiah 43:11 says that no one but God is the Savior. But there's a bigger problem relating to how we understand the grammar and sentence structure of biblical Greek. In this text, we have an example of something known as the Granville-Sharp rule. Now, in a nutshell, this rule establishes that when 2 nouns or more are joined by and, the Greek word k, and only the first of the nouns has a definite article, that means, then, that all of the nouns are referring to the same thing, and should not be seen as referring to 2 or more different things. So God and Savior should be both referring back to Jesus.